You know what time it is, man. It's Let the Hebrews Speak with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. You understand? We live right now, you understand? Captain Carl Orion in the booth, in the studio with Precinct Officer Marat, you understand? Hold it down for the general. He'll be with us in a minute. You understand? What's good, Israel? I see a lot of talk going on about this Black Panther. You understand? This Black Panther movie, we're going to get into it. You understand? I seen it. You know, man, I was cringing my teeth. Blood was boiling, man. Trying to watch that, you understand? And not stand up and shout to my lungs in the goddamn movie theater that we ain't no goddamn Africans, man. But y'all know how we start the show off. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. Y'all know how they go. Every beginning of the show, we always start off with Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. And then, hell, I can paraphrase before you read it so many times. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. And let me tell you something. The Africans do not desire Black people, man. They don't desire to be with us. They don't desire to start no businesses with us. They don't desire to share their land with us. None of that, man. You understand? Hebrew Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are different than the Africans. We are not the same. Just because a group of people live on the same continent, the same body of land, does not make them the same family or the same nation. You understand? Like this white man, he always has subliminal messages in all his movies because the so-called Jewish man, he run the movie industry. You understand? It's all the mainstream movies that come out. The white man, the so-called Jewish man, he run that movie industry. He always put subliminal messages to destroy people's minds or to lead us on a vain, you know, some type of knowledge and, you understand, care for something that don't mean nothing, man. Like I'm saying, like you seen Black people in the movie theaters, you seen them with the full-out African dances. Did you see it, Moran, on Facebook? Sure. They had the full-out African dancers. You understand? In front of the movie theater before the movie came on. In some movie theaters in America. I don't know where it was at, but I seen it on Facebook. And it's like, God, man, like, listen, Black people and Hispanics and Native Indians, we've been stripped of so much. Anything that seems Black, we're drawn to it and we represent it because that's all we have. We don't have nothing else. We don't have a land of our own. We don't have a military of our own. We don't have our own school system. We don't have our own healthcare business or healthcare system. We have none of that. No economy, no agriculture. All we have is a movie. It's a movie that lasts about 2 hours, and then we go back to the hellhole in the ghetto. Zephaniah 2:1 said, gather yourselves together. We ain't to be gathering together with these filthy Africans, man. You understand? We are not to gather with any other nation but our own. All right? Give me Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4. Grab that for me.
We're in the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 4. There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. Meaning what? All these different religions, all these different schools, all these different fake Israelite camps, they false, man. It's only one body. Why? Because one body has one head. Anybody that have multiple heads is deformed. It's a deformed body. You understand? One body has one head, meaning what? One authority. What you gonna do in the body that got two heads? You will have confusion. You understand? The body of Christ ain't built in confusion. It's built in order, man. One body. Go ahead, Doc.
Even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
Even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. You called into this truth. This is the only hope we got. We ain't, Black Panther ain't real. Y'all do know that, right? Black Panther is not real. That is a fictional character made up by a so-called Jewish white man. I forget the name of the man that make Marvel comics. Forget his name. He always play a cameo in all the movies. You understand? Black Panther is not real.
That's right.
It's fake. It don't hold no factual evidence that there's anything related to the Black Panther or him having superpowers and he coming back to the ghetto to save black people. Your only hope is this truth.
That's right.
Jesus Christ is real, however.
Right.
You understand? They want to see a superhero. Jesus Christ is a superhero, man. You understand? That Black Panther movie, he had all them powers and all that. You understand? Jesus Christ had real power, true power to raise the dead and heal the sick. Oh, this Black Panther guy, he got a tight ass suit with his claws, his nails like a woman. You understand? And he running and jumping around. You understand? Ain't doing nothing. Christ was healing the blind, healing the sick, and at the end of the day, he died for all of us. That Black Panther ain't died for his people, man. You understand? Died for all of us. That's a real hero, man. You understand? Them brothers you see on the street corner, big up to the brothers down there in St. Louis. Not St. Louis, excuse me. Louisiana. You understand? St. Louis too, big up to y'all, but Louisiana got a pre-camp boot kids.
No, keep on going, brother. Keep on going. Around. Got this up?
You understand? Got a pre-camp boot kids. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen that before. You understand? But those are the heroes out here, man. These brothers out here on these streets teaching the truth. Teaching the truth about the Bible, man. We the real heroes standing up for black people in America. Not no goddamn Black Panther or no comic book, man. Any more than that, Morel? I'll give you 1 second.
Talking about the Black Panther, brother?
Good.
I didn't see the movie, y'all. I heard about it, but I ain't see it. You know what I mean? I heard about it. Heard it was, you know. I don't know, Kyle. I'm gonna leave it open until I see the movie, brother. But the one part I did hear about, and what you're saying, was that the actor, the brother who played Creed's son in Creed, made a comment about dying. Let me die in the ocean like my ancestors died. Now that's heavy there, brother. That's the spirit that we're supposed to have, man. And he said he'd rather die than live in the bondage, right?
Right.
That's what we need to be, the spirit we need to have, right? Yeah, man, that's the spirit we build up in the I.S.U.P.K. That type of spirit, that type of brother. You understand me? For Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, man. That's what we need. Start to put in the brother, y'all. Right, you ready to kill them? Give me one, brother.
Come cut. If I could. Any more on that out? Ephesians?
One body, it's like one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one power and Father of all.
Right, man. That's what maintains order in the nation. One body of people. You understand? Let me tell you something. Them Africans, man, they war against each other and all that. But as much as they war and kill each other, they never want to be a part of black people in America.
Yep.
Negroes. You understand? As much as they kill and do wicked, disgusting things to one another, they would do 10 times worse to a Negro in America. How you think we got in the bondage? What the brother said in the movie was right in the spirit. You understand? But that brother came, his ancestors went into bondage because of the Africans. The Africans played a part in our bondage too. They the ones who kidnapped us from around the areas where we were living at among them, man, and sold us to the white man for weapons. Like, we not no filthy Africans, man. You understand? And let me tell you something else too. That, you know, common, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters in the world don't know. That white stuff that Forrest Whitaker had all on his face, and you see all the other Africans in the movie with the Black Panther had the little white dots on their face, that's doo-doo. That's old feces they put on their face, man. And they got you making Jake think it's some old warrior type. Understand? I should have took this "We Are Not African" sign and set that in front of the movie theater screen, so when everybody leaves, they can see what the white stuff was on everybody's face. That's old feces, man. And they screaming and hollering like they old prestigious and honorable. One of the kings had one of the big plates in his lip. Can't hardly talk. You understand? Like, that's heathen customs. Blacks in America, Negroes in America, we are not Africans, man.
That's right.
That whole dashiki is disgusting to the Lord, man. It's a filthy rag.
That's right.
And that dashiki ain't got no goddamn flavor in it either. Nope. And a bunch of squares, just, you know what I'm saying, just plain and just dumb dang. They ain't got nothing to do with us, man.
Nope.
Brothers wearing dashikis think is representing black people. As once again, anything that the white man promote in mainstream in the media that seems black, Negroes in America draw to it. Why? Because you ain't got nothing else. That's all you got. All you got is this movie. I seen someone on Facebook that said, man, listen, we got a new handshake. The handshake they did in the movie. That's all you got, man. Huh? Like, because they did a little, the Africans did a little handshake in the movie. You understand? Which they get from Jake. You understand? Then what you think that's in the Bible? How we salute each other when we greet each other, we do that pound. That's our spirit to do that, man. With our hands, man. That ain't African spirit. That's us. Wow. You understand? So they had a little clip on Facebook that said, listen, because of the movie, we all got to do this new handshake. All black people, all across the world. You understand? Like, that is ridiculous to think of. Man.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
I'm serious.
But they made up a new.
Yeah, they get some old handshake or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then a black person on Facebook like, okay, this the new handshake for all black people. Because that's how important, I could understand. Like, that's how important the movie was to them. Hey, Murat, if you could, give me Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1.
Oh, God.
Deuteronomy, we not Africans, man. We've never been Africans. We've been at war with the Africans longer than, okay, I don't want to say long, but we've been at Africans before the white man. We've been at war with Africans, man. Abraham went to war with the Africans. You understand? Like, listen, man. Africans are a totally different type of people than us. You understand? They are cursed people. We're going to get all that, man. They from the sons of Ham. We from the sons of Shem. We ain't no type of related to them, man. And more America try to join us to these filthy people out. Like, it's ridiculous. You got it out?
God.
Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee.
This is the Lord bringing us into our land, man. And he telling us what to do when we go to possess our land and start to build our nation. And he cast out many nations. Let's see what type of nations he's talking about. Go ahead.
The Hittites.
Go ahead.
And the Girgashites. And the Aramites.
Go ahead.
and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites,
Go ahead.
and the Hivites, and the Jebusites.
These are all African nations, man. These are African nations. The Lord said when he put us in our land, he's going to cast out many nations. Meaning he's going to get them out of our land, because that's the land he promised our forefather Abraham.
Can I say something on that? And one more thing about Ham, too, y'all, but the captain bring out so heavy, right? Y'all got to understand the history. Before they was called Africans, after some white man, some white Italian explorer, Leo Scipius Africanus, it was called the land of Ham. Why? Because Ham's descendants dwelt in that land. You understand? But the Bible dictionary tells you clearly, which goes on with the scriptures for the record, that we ain't them people, man.
That's right.
You understand? But they are the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Canaanites, and the North Africans, if I'm mistaken. You understand me? The whole continent, man. That's who they are. But it's not you as a people. You understand me? That's not us as a people. We taking pride in a movie, right? Let me say something to y'all, man. See how destroyed we are. We ain't got nothing in America but a movie. Everybody's so proud of this movie. Well, guess what happens outside your house? Huh? I was at my slave last night. I'm riding down the street in a slave car. I'm in Philly Broad Street, riding down the street. And I see a brother high off of something, strip his clothes off his body, right? 5-0 pull up, snatch him up, they cuff him. All I hear is him howling and screaming. You understand? Howling for some sort of substance. You understand me? And that's a brother. You understand me? That's a black man. Y'all worrying about this damn movie, The Black Panther, and how good it was. Yo, we dying in the streets of America, man. You understand me? And don't nobody care. That movie designed to get you to now take your spirit out of what's going on with us and to spit your spirit in some fantasy called The Black Goddamn Panther. That's all it is in a nutshell, my opinion. And I ain't even seen the movie. You understand me? We got work to do in the ghetto on the streets of America. That's our job. Stop. Go ahead. I'm stopping. Go ahead.
And if you had any understanding, the whole movie was about why Africans don't come and help black people in America. That's what it was about. The whole movie was about they had the technology to make the Black Panther a superhero. With that same technology, they could relieve us over here of our oppressor. They said the word oppressor in the movie, talking about the white man. At one point, they said the word oppressor. He said, the brother said, we never had the technology to fight our oppressors. Every time we ride, he said, we never had the weapons to fight our oppressors. Talking about white people. Like, this devil is a cunning bastard, man. And this is another thing. One point in the movie, one of the girls talked to a white man. He said, don't sneak up on me like that, colonizer. Like, they slowly, they know the white man the devil. They put it in the movie. They trying to make it seem like at the end, the white man helped out black people. So he all right, you understand? He ain't evil, he ain't wicked. He had to slide himself up in there somewhere to look good. Put some old good white man in there that just want peace and love with everybody. Meanwhile, that technology they had in that movie, the white man's going to steal and take it away from the Africans. If it was a real movie, if it was real life. The white man to ransack Wakanda or whatever the hell that place is called, you understand, and take all their riches and enslave the Black Panther and all his people. You understand? Bomb them to pits. You understand? Read on, Barack. So Salaki. So in Deuteronomy 71, all the nations the brother just named, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, which will be the South Africans today. These are all African nations, man, that the Lord has driven out of our land. Now let's see how he drives them out the land. Go ahead, Al.
7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
Yeah, listen, these nations were greater and mightier than us. You understand? Why were the Egyptians so great? Because they had us in slavery. They had us in slavery. That's why the Egyptians were so great and powerful, because they had us in bondage, man. Just like America got us in bondage. These nations right here, the Lord said he's driving out the land. They greater than us. They bigger than us. You understand? We was a small nation back then, man. Read on now.
Verse 2. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, Thou shalt smite them.
Thou shalt make an agreement with them.
Thou shalt smite them.
Thou shalt make a treaty with them.
Thou shalt smite them.
Thou shalt smite them, which means kill them, man. How the Lord will deliver them into our hand or our enemy again?
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee,
go ahead.
Thou shalt smite them.
How he gonna deliver them?
Thou shalt smite them.
We gonna kill them. That's how the Lord feel about these Africans, man. We want to be a prophet of the Africans so bad. When the God of the Bible said that when we came into our land, we was gonna drive them Africans out, and we was gonna drive them out by the tip of the sword. We weren't gonna ask them to leave. We weren't gonna say, hey, listen, we'll share our cows and our sheep with y'all and do business and get silk from y'all, this and that, and get, you know, stones from y'all. Nah, we was going to kill them and drive them out the land. Go ahead,
God. And utterly destroy them.
And utterly destroy them, which means destroy them till there's no man around. Kill a man, kill a young, utterly destroy them. The women, kill them. That's what the Lord wanted. This is what the Lord said he wanted us to do. He said, utterly destroy them. The Lord ain't got no love for them filthy Africans, man. I don't know why we do. Them filthy Hamites ain't got no love for us. I don't know why we do. I don't know why we do. Like them Africans, man, listen. Every time I see one or I'm in a situation where I come in contact with one, you can feel it. He know I ain't him, and I know that he ain't me. I know, because it is true. But he know he not my brother. They know that. They dress like us, they walk and talk like us. So the rest of the world. So does the rest of the world. Chinese men who grow up among us, they walk and talk like us, try to cut their hair so they look Puerto Rican. They do it in South Philly all the time. I was trying to do South Philly General over there with the Chinese, man. They think they full out Ephraim over there. The way they dress, they got their hair cut, or they wear the ponytail like Ephraim do. You understand? The whole world trying to be us. I ain't surprised that these filthy Africans trying to be like us. But they know that they aren't our people, man. They know that. Read on out.
And utterly destroy them.
And go ahead.
And thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them. We ain't supposed to make no agreements with these Africans, man. Make none whatsoever. No agreement. You understand? A covenant is a promise. You know what I'm saying? You're making an agreement with another nation. We need to make no agreements with them. And that's how you got to be when you love your nation. This is another thing I just want to bring out General too about that movie. I mean, I was in there, man. I got to say it. I got to say it because it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I was holding back tears because that movie showed you what it's like to fight for your own land. And I ain't got that. I don't have my own land, man. They put this in a movie, man, and how honorable it be. At one point, one of the nasty, bald-head looking women, you know what I'm saying, who a warrior princess, you know, the nasty, bald-headed Africans, she said, when the kings had switched, right, General? The kings had switched, right? And so the woman was loyal to the first king, who the movie portrayed as the good king. But when the bad king got in there, she told the one sister tried to get her to leave. The sister said, "No, I'm loyal to the throne. So whoever sit on the throne, she fight for them." Like I was like, God damn, now what? They made it a woman. Like they could make it a man to do it, but they made it a woman. But even the woman saying it, I was like, God damn. She said she loyal to the throne. She said, I'm loyal to whoever sit on that throne. Like, God damn, I'm sitting in there like, yo, I'm in there really just want to jump on my seat. Like, this some bullshit. Throw my popcorn in the air. Like, this some bullshit. We not Africans. You understand? We Hebrew Israelites, I want to scream. I was going to get carried out of the movie theater. I was scared my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Right there next to me, I was elbow in her mouth, and it's like, you understand? That's how it made me feel, man. Because when you got this truth embedded in you, man, it's like I hold those type of attributes too. I'm loyal to Christ. Whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever Christ say, I'm going to do.
Loyal to the King, baby.
Lord to the King, whatever commandment you want to say, I'm going to do it.
All day long.
Ain't nothing going to stop me from that, man. Right. I feel just like, go ahead.
Say something that you said something to me that made me think about something when I first found out I was an Israelite, right? That first hit me when I was hearing the truth. And like how you said, well, they fighting for land, something that belonged to them, right?
Right.
And I remember like this, all my life growing up, I'm fighting for shit that didn't belong to me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a young kid growing up in the ghetto of Philly. I get into boxing and shit. I go to Junior Olympics, win the Junior Olympics, heavyweight. But I'm fighting for something that ain't mine. That didn't belong to me, right? Young man growing up, going back to high school, doing all kind of shit, right? Going to East Side military, and I'm fighting for something that don't belong to me. And I realize this as I get older. When I get older, I'm still searching, still looking, right? And I get in, I got in the military, got out, got a job, got a slave, so to speak. But I'm still searching. Something don't feel right. So I'm like, all right, man, forget it, I'm going to martial arts. And this was struggling, I went to martial arts camp. Mariah, check this out. When I went to martial arts, and I went to that place where I was learning from, right? The cat had a crescent on his wall, right? That crescent was his family, the family crescent, from where he learned from. They paid homage to that crescent. You understand me? No. And to come in there, the first thing you got to go out, put a box of fruit, come back, bow down with the fruit and the all that there, do all that there, then they'll teach you. But that was to that family crescent. And I remember feeling like I wanted to do it so bad, I wanted to learn. I'm thinking, these cats had some special knowledge on how to fight. Then I got to have. I got to have this here. Yeah. I figure I'm a warrior. I know I want more. Yeah, if I get into this shit, and I'm studying, trying to get into the culture, bring, you know what I mean, and going for everybody in at the time that was around me. You know what I mean? And brother, I remember one day I was training, so to speak. And I never forget looking at that crescent and having a feeling inside my chest, like, where the fuck is my crescent? What? Like, it made me say, like, where's mine? This ain't mine. Where's mine? You understand? And brother, one day I was sitting there, I was in the zone, I'm working out, right? And I got up, shook it off, and brother, I lied to you not. It was like something levitating in the damn middle of the room. It was all black, with red eyes, with an all black garment with a black creature looking at me. And all I could do was just stare at it like this here. And I was looking at it. You know what I mean? I said, that's fine. Then I go to class. I end up going to class. And brother, the feeling of euphoria that came over me was like, damn, I finally found my family crescent. Right. You know that feeling you had in the movie, you want to hop up and say, yeah, something. Brother, that's how I felt when I was in class to have my family crescent, brother. It brought me to tears. I'm sitting in class, in front of the class, and tears flying down my damn face like a kid. Because of me, I said, damn, I finally found my family crescent. I ain't had to go no other nation, no else for this shit here, no blind Christ, you know what I mean? And I thank T.D.JAKES for it, because if I would hold on to the truth, I would never would have found it. Right. No, I was like everybody else. Right. We all wouldn't be here together, you know what I mean? Right. So that was the point of what you said, this job to me, man, like, damn, I'm feeling that feeling. Now, they fighting for a land that's theirs, but guess what? That's why, and it's truth. You have to understand here, everybody. Y'all gotta fight to change our lives. This ain't no game in here, man. Like, we ain't just fighting for no, and that's why, you know what pissed me off? I'm harping this for a second, I got all the dumb shit I see, all the foolishness I see on Facebook, on social media, that's why I don't really entertain that shit, because it pisses me the fuck off. Like, I'm serious about mine. I'm serious. This ain't no game to me. So I see these dumbasses on Facebook and on social media playing fucking games with words and shit, or trying to bully people, or just full of shit. Basically, it pissed me off. Then I gave my life to this shit. This is everything. You understand what I'm saying? And we're trying to build a nation of people, man. You understand? A nation. And that should be our single goal. You say everybody can come together for their nation. When that movie was about their nation, well, our movie is real life, y'all.
That's right.
Our movie is the streets and we live in. Our movies, when you go on that damn movie, wake up in the morning, that's our movie, man. And the Lord already wrote the script of how it's going to be played out. Play it out how it's supposed to be played, man. I say this because of this, man. When I seen that young brother last night, all I could think in my brain was Ezekiel 9:4. When that young brother was getting cuffed by the cops, he howling. I know why he howling, because he howling for something. He in the streets, take the clothes off. It's cold as shit out of that last night, man. And they cuffing him, trying to put him in a damn, not the paddy bag, but the damn medic bag. So they give him some medicine. He howling, screaming. And all I can think of was Ezekiel 9:4. Like, that's my people. And they're the ones I sigh and cry for, man. So if I'm sighing and crying for people that's out here dying in America, I ain't got time for nobody's dumbass games on this damn internet and all the other food. Man, we got to come together how it's supposed to be, man. Let me tell y'all something. For all the ones, and even the ones on here that spies. I know y'all on the damn internet. I know y'all on the show. You in every one of my damn classes. One, I think you garbage because you ain't got no honor or integrity to the place that saw the truth. That's the I.S.U.P.K. Two, you better not forget that back during Jerusalem, before 70 AD, there were the Pharisees, to be the one thing, right? The Sadducees, to be the one thing, right? You had all the other Essenes and all the other cats out there who all had different philosophies, doctrines, right? Right, God? What happened to Jerusalem, man? What happened? What happened to their whole council and philosophy of different things? What happened? They all died in Jerusalem. You understand me? Jerusalem was laid to waste. Guess what? They were destroyed. Following the same philosophy and doctrine. But the ones who follow Christ and his truth, one body, one faith, one doctrine, didn't suffer that, man. That's all I'm gonna say, brother.
We'll shine Christ.
Let's go, boy. Let's get it, right?
Keep reading on, Rock.
God. And thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Go ahead.
Nor shew mercy unto them.
No, show mercy. Like, feel out what the Lord is saying, how we supposed to deal with these Africans. These Africans damn sure ain't show us no mercy. The Lord said, don't show them no mercy. This is the God of the Bible. This is the real power. In that goddamn movie, they worshiped a goddamn panther. They was worshiping the panther. Like the Africans do.
I got this, man. I wish I could show y'all a picture I had of me when I was in the Esau military, brother. I had me a picture. I thought I was black. I thought I was black in the military, right? I was a rubber motherfucker. I ain't gonna listen to nobody. I did the fucking one and that, whatever. But I was good with my shit, so they didn't really fuck me too much. I had a picture of me with all this camouflage on. Like I'm in the woods and shit. I put it all on in my barracks, my room. Had my M203 right here, and a picture of a Black Panther behind. Because that's all I can equate to blackness. That's all I had. Was the Black Panther. The picture of the Black Panther, I thought I was the black motherfucking Lord. Right. What did I know? You know what I mean? Like, we gotta get out of the fog, man. Slocky, this made me laugh when I thought about what you said, brother. Go ahead.
Ain't no sweat. The Lord said, don't show them no mercy. Go ahead,
God. Verse 4. Slocky. Verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them, which means what? Our women are not supposed to be having those marriages with African men. Black man, you ain't supposed to be having sex, or because sex is marriage, according to the Bible. You ain't supposed to be dealing with no African women. You understand? We ain't supposed to, our daughters ain't supposed to be dealing with their men. We ain't supposed to be dealing with their women. What you think this movie gonna do? What you think this movie gonna do? You understand? It's gonna make you understand, look at the Africans like they your people when they not your people, man.
No, I'm sorry, damn, cop. Ain't gonna justify them treating you like shit. And you gonna take it. Like how a white man treats you like trash, and you take it and make excuses for it. Sorry, God.
Like this, you understand, it's propaganda from the white man. Just trying, you know what I'm saying? It came out because of this truth. Like, I don't get it jammed up, don't get confused. We reaching people out there. You understand? More and more brothers are coming to the knowledge that know they're Hebrew Israelites. You understand? They starting to know that the white man is the devil. And which means what? He got to do more to fight against it. And which one here? He's so subtle You understand? What's one of the ways to keep you lost and thinking that you're African? Give them movies and all that, man. Like it's crazy. Go ahead, Rock.
Come. Neither, Shalaki, thy daughter shalt thou not give unto his son.
Neither shall the daughters shall you give to your son. Once again, we ain't supposed to be joining them Africans in marriage. Go ahead, Doc.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Verse 4, but they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
Because wow, okay, now this is the reason why the Lord is telling you. This is why the Lord is telling you not to be with them Africans. Not because they filthy, which they are. That ain't the reason. Because they stink. That ain't the reason. Ain't got nothing to do with that. It's because they worship other gods and they gonna cause you to worship other gods. Like the goddamn panther. Listen, this Black Panther thing comes from a real god. The panther god real name is Baset. Woo!
Bring it out, brother.
It's an Egyptian god.
Bring it out, Doc.
You understand? Called Baset.
Go ahead.
These who the Egyptians worship. Hold up, 1 second. Let me get it. Each African nation, you understand? It got that comic in there because this is where it derived from. You understand? Excuse me 1 second. Right, so the god's name is Baset. You understand? They get it from Egyptian culture, which we all know that the Egyptians worship all the animals. They worship the hippopotamus, the crocodile, the jackal, the snake. You understand? They worship everything. You understand? Go ahead, Barack.
So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you.
Listen, Black people went to serve and celebrate and cheer for that Black Panther movie. That angered the Lord, man. Meanwhile, the Black Panther movie going on. Meanwhile, school shootings, I think it's school shootings in the last, what, 2 or 3 days, Barack?
I'm not sure, sir.
2 school shootings. I think it was one in Florida. You understand? And I believe it was another. You know what I'm saying? Somebody text on the chat, man, let us know. You know what I'm saying? It's school shootings going on crazy. You understand? About those AR-15s and how easy it is to get one because, wow, these devils going and shooting up the schools. Meanwhile, we in the goddamn movie theater cheering for some fake fictional character because you thinking it represents Black people, man. We ain't no Africans, man. I don't want to be no African. I want to land in my own. I want to land in my own. And here in Deuteronomy chapter 7, when the Lord put us in our own land, he told us to kill the Africans and do not show them no mercy. Don't show them no mercy. I'm going to fear God like that. You understand? Don't show them no mercy. Any more of them, Rob?
And destroy thee suddenly.
You understand? That's what's going to happen when we go off and join the Africans and start becoming Egyptologists. You understand? That so-called conscious community. I know the conscious community went crazy for that Black Panther guy.
Ooh, hey, brother gonna say we came from Panthers last. He gonna flip it all up, man. Woo, he gonna flip it and say we all come from Black Panthers.
They gonna say something stupid. You know what I'm saying? And they had the warrior woman in there, which I know them conscious women is in there. Like, you see, they all gonna be bald-headed.
Yeah, yes, they are.
They gonna shake your whole head part. This is the last thing I want to say with this Black Panther.
Go ahead.
Not to just say that it was one part of the movie where the warrior woman said she had to wear a wig, like she was bald-headed, but she had to wear a wig. You understand? Because it's honorable for an African woman to be bald. I don't know how the hell it is. But at one point, she had to wear a wig to disguise herself. And she walking through there and she like, this is shameful to wear this wig. Now, I felt it. I don't know if the other Black women in the movie theater felt it, but I know I felt it. You understand what I'm saying? They came at the Black woman and how they wear fake hair on their head, man. And how they wear other people's hair on their head. They came straight into our neck. Y'all should be upset about that. I know I was like, dang, I leaned back my chair. Dang. Like they came right at her at my sister. Where I'm like, dang, I looked over at my friend. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, they came at y'all with that. Like, she bald-headed, and she got honor being an African, proud of who she is, and she like, I gotta wear this wig. You understand? Well, black women wear lace wigs all the time, weave all the time. She said, this is shameful. I said, oh my goodness. They just went on our sisters, man. I said, now I wonder if any other sister here caught that. You understand? And just speaking, paraphrasing, in Isaiah chapter 3, I believe it's verse 12, reading on down, you understand? It said the Lord will smite with the scab, the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. Which means what? He ain't gonna make your head gonna grow. You black women wanna know why your hair don't grow? And why you gotta keep wearing weave and tracks and all that? Because of your pride, man. The Lord said because of your haughty looks. Because you proud in the vain thing. You ain't proud to be Israelite women. You proud to be rewarded all the lust and everything the white man rewards you in this nation. You understand? You proud of the vain things that don't mean nothing. You understand? So much power given to the black woman to oppress her brother. And she proud of it. And she thrive off of it. And survive off the oppression of her own brother, who in most times is the father of her children that's living with her.
That's right.
You understand? That's why your head don't grow.
That's right.
That's why your head don't grow. All them oils and, you know, you hanging upside down, putting the egg yolk in your head, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Not unless you serve a man of the Lord, man, you come to this truth and change your spirit. And I just wanted to bring that out about that movie, man, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take a quick break, Mariah. You know what I'm saying? Play 2 songs, and we'll be right back with Let the Hebrews Speak.
I got a wig on my head. I feel ashamed.
She's like, this is shameful.
That's good.
We only have the power to devour all our enemies. We be on the verge, I'm looking out for energy. Act like we couldn't make it real to the youth. I'm a living sacrifice and be a living truth. I got the juice, the wine, and the color. I'm like battery accident, making soda. That's the word, super soaking. I'm trying to get like the rover on fire, like supernovas. I'm a UVA, so the 29. We ain't go to the thing, that's a thing. Never bitch up, I was real man. With a bitch, not a shame. Bridges are not a thing. The water's loose, and the old man in the grave. The shield is out with us with the woman for a day. I come with the command and general all day. He keeps faking the place. But niggas like me, from the north to the south, and keep them sweeping to the east. I like to be, even the southern Missouri. At the beach, you got your house, shot my kings, the feet, we in the street. I think anticipating the quick from the almighty, while we refill the man. Upset, get the doctor, you out there, and so much because of the I did it, 49 and 6, I get up like shit. Get in the dust, 40 and first, boy, shit, right up. 144, take, play up, walk aside. I want to get you with that TDJAKES smile, walk aside. Like the 69, TDJAKES touch, walk aside. I want to get you with that TDJAKES touch, walk aside. Welcome to the jungle, rumble, young man, trouble, don't break, keep break, don't break, stay humble, if you're getting out of that, tell me what did you do to the jungle, rumble, young man, trouble, don't break, don't break, double on and sing it out, and take over here, but brother, so let's take it over together, like the letter of a gun, brothers on face, blue, west, east, south, south, outside, prophesying outright, brother for me, just out of distance is an outcome, talking through the outcome, and the devil, that's true, damn right, what you talking, get off of the glass, I'm getting your life. We said it, bringing out the shit, to take your over your life. And go to things so people think about the people. Who get the dollar like this on the and I will get some bad for the battle and my shit. You do with the I'm talking about my shit. You should die, that's not it. We'll talk over you three of us. What you look on the day. Now, there's a yes, I can take your word for shit. Oh, the demon is with but you believe your religion. Come up out of that madness and leave on the religion. The white man, the devil, or everything that you listen out of this. So I shout it at the top of my voice. All around the baby, y'all are the one hundred side. When I go down to the bullshit, man, you're put the pressure that the work of my language, they bring it out of the you can't see that I didn't put it you know how to sit in the brush. Bring it out of the you can't see that I didn't put it you go on this with a fuck side. I rock with you with that fucking game. Fuck side, like you just did not. You can't fuck side. I rock with you with that. You can't fuck side, like you just did not. You can't stop. Give me Exodus 4:22. How the hell did you try to take this Bible and use it for the stupid law? You tell us that this Bible is what's going to condemn you. But this is the book of Israelite. You shouldn't be showing this book, you know, so-called white people. Instead of going around and trying to use the Bible is the book that's going to destroy your word.
That's right.
Excuse me, everyone, I have a brief announcement tonight. Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Thank you for your time and good night.
How we gonna send you how I show you how to stop it at the show. No, because they try to keep it on the local. My people, but they think so I'm a killer, that's a blow. Blinded by the door, can't be really with this smoke and grab the shield from that. I'm not saying that we are alone. They want to do this over, but they think I'm going to show, but I can show them. I say they can't be real, but they show. Try to stop a blow, but they cannot if they go for my shit. They can't be real, but they show. Hey, she's not a blow, but we don't get ready to get it.
You already made the point, man. You already made the point, bro. A lot of work. Yeah, y'all. We back live for the Hebrew Speak, man. I'm Priest General Hazen live in the studio with my two brothers, man. Priest and Cat, Makad Abraham, and Priest Officer Marat. We back, y'all, live for the Hebrew Speak. Listen, y'all. If you ain't got your reservations, please get them together now. Those where I see your Passover, March 30th in Yonkers, New York, man. For more information, go to our website, www.I.S.U.P.K.com. And those who I see at the Passover. I know me and my family is going to be there. So I pray and hope that you and your family will be there as well. All right? I.S.U.P.K. 49th annual Passover. With that being said, man, everybody talking about these shootings going on, right? Don't be alarmed at it. Let the whole earth be alarmed at what's going on out here today in earth. And I.S.U.P.K., we don't be alarmed. You know why? All these things are biblical prophecy, man. You understand me? All these things like this is the happen because of what they've done to the child nation of Israel. This is what the Lord calls payback. Now they are feeling just some of what they've done to us. You understand me? This is a bit of it. And it's coming at the hand of their own people. Which makes it even much more heavier and that much more spiritual. Now, everybody go to Isaiah 47, verse 10. All right. Now, I'm going to give you just one scripture on this here. We can go through it, and then I'm going back into the law like I said I was going to. I want to get on that there. You understand me? We ain't going to let the Christian church get away with what they said about the law being done away with. No, I got more to bring up about the law. I'm bring out that. And after that, I got one more segment going to have to come out too as well. So now, with that being said, you got Isaiah 47, Cap. Read for me, warrior.
Isaiah chapter 47, verse 10. But thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it had perverted thee.
Now, who is it talking about trusting in wickedness, man? That's the so-called white man, man. They are trusting the system that they set up, man. That's full of hypocrisy and evil and wickedness. You understand me? Go ahead.
And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me.
That's the so-called white man. They think that their political system, their military might, their police forces is the best on earth and can nothing beat them in anything. That's why it's so spiritual. The Lord having their own people do this from together. You understand me? Go ahead.
And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee.
So what?
Evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises.
See that? Let me tell you something. That's even more. The more you read these scriptures, you're going to know why it's so spiritual, so heavy. They got warnings about this young man. You hear me? They was tipped off about him. And guess what? It still happened. Why? Because the Bible says we ain't going to know where it comes from. This mission is going to happen, and you're not going to know where it comes from. You know why you're not going to know? Because it's of the Lord, man. The scriptures. Y'all in the truth, y'all understand this thing here, man. Don't worry about this going on. No. Don't get frazzled with this. No, don't do that, man. Your job right now is to focus that each and every one of you focus on changing you to get yourselves right. You understand me? Keep on reading for me, brother.
Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thy intentness, and with the multitude of thy sorcery, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail.
You see that the Lord checking me. Now he talking trash right here. Stand with the advantage you made. Let's see, maybe you might win something. Maybe you might profit. The Lord being cynical to him, man. You know what I mean? Lord checking him and being cynical at the same time. No, there ain't none of that stuff gonna work, man, because the other Most High. All is gonna fail with them. You understand what I'm saying? But it's coming from the Most High. So now you know these things here about why is this happening and who's making it happen. Don't worry about it, y'all. You focus on this truth. You focus on getting up every day and being the man the Lord called you to be. You sisters, you get up every day and every day focus on being a daughter of Zion every day. Being consistent with being a daughter of Zion every day. You brothers, be consistent with being a man of the Lord every day. Do that. That's our job. Now, on to our job. The men of the I.S.U.P.K, the officers, we got a mission, man. That mission is to go against all the principalities against Christ. And our major one is that Christian church, man. That Christian church. You know why we love the Black Panther movie? Because of the Christian church. That philosophy where everybody come together, God. That's why. Now let's get into the law a little bit now. What's up, Mark?
I'll say something.
Come on.
It's been, you know what I'm saying, speaking of these shootings, you know what I mean, and this mischief that the Lord sent on the white man since 2018 came in January. It's been 8 school shootings, and it's only February. Saying, so that's 8 school shootings in 1 month for real. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring that up.
And listen, let me tell you something, man. I remember when my kids were a little bit younger. I don't even think it was my kids. I think it might have been. I don't think my kids were born yet. Hold on, let me say. It was my sister and my brother-in-law were younger. And I remember in my neighborhood, at the time, it was kind of rough and wild, but a lot of shootings were going on, right? So when I told them, I started giving military training. I said, listen, if they start shooting, you drop to the ground and don't move. Don't run, don't run that shit. I'm going to come get you. If you're outside playing in the streets and they start shooting in the neighborhood, you drop to the ground and stay where you at. I'm coming to get you. Don't get up and run home. Don't do that because you get hit by a straight bullet. I said, stay your asses on the fucking ground where you at, and I'm going to come get you. That was my training for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this ain't no, like, we used to this here. It's easy, man. Now the white man get a taste of what we've been going through. You understand me? All the guns that are pushing our community, they get a taste of it now. They eating from our plate now. Come on and get down there. Come on. Now, while you eat from this plate here, we're going to change ourselves. We're going to change our spirit. Get right with the Most High. And while you eat from my plate, Lord said we no longer eat from the same plate no more. We got our spirits back and we become the people who the Lord said wants to be. You want to say something out?
Come on. I just wanted to say that white man saying they got to be some conspiracy. All these shootings going on, they say they got to be another organization, you know what I mean, spearheading this. You know, it's the Lord. You understand? The Lord said this. Ye are the son of the devil, the things of your father you will do. Them white devils is evil, man. They wicked, man. You understand? They full of demons, man. Them white children down there, man, they can't understand. They like, we don't understand why all these shootings going on. We do. It's because the white man is the devil. That's funny. He was the devil when he was born. That little nasty, pink, blue-eyed piece of trash. You understand? We know he could possibly grow up and shoot a school. Why? Because he's the devil, man. We know he's the devil. You understand? That's all I wanted to say.
All right, now with that being said, give me 1 Timothy 4, verse 1 and 2, Akim. Let's go on to the law now.
Got it, sir. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly.
Meaning explicitly, man. Go ahead.
In the latter times.
The time we're living in now. Go ahead.
Some shall depart from the faith.
Meaning leave the truth. You understand me? Go ahead.
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
Things that seduce you to a spirit that's not of the truth. Go ahead.
And doctrines of devils.
Go ahead. Deceivers, man. Go ahead.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy.
Go ahead.
Having their conscience seared with an hot iron.
Go ahead.
Forbidding to marry.
What do you mean to forbid to marry, man? 2 things. Let's come out of that Christian church, y'all. Boy, get down, boy. It's locked. Get down. You got a cold eye? You got the things? All right, no sweat. Now, what does it mean forbid to marry? Right? Meaning what? Let's go back to the Catholic priest. When they tell you, you can't have no wife when we preach to the Lord, right? Where is it at in the Bible? Like I was watching a movie called Nightfall, right? The series they got on the night, the Temple Nights, right? So a cat ended up having sex with a woman, even though it was wrong because he was having sex with another man's woman. But they teach that you still can't deal with a woman, which is not right. You can still love the Lord, Father, Most High, and have your wife, have a couple of them, huh? And still be down the Most High. That's called forbidding to marry. What else is called forbidding to marry? Telling a man he can't have but only one wife.
Right.
You understand? That's forbidding to marry, man. You understand? Keep on reading, brother.
Forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meat.
All right, stop. Go to 1 Corinthians. Hold where you at, Mariah. 1 Corinthians 7:28. Real quick. 1 Corinthians 7:28.
In the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 28. Chapter 7, verse 28. But, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned.
You see that? If a man take him a woman that don't belong to nobody else, you can't take another brother's woman. But she ain't got no man, and you talking to her, you understand? You go to the pop, get the permission from the pop, and you lay with her, you got your wife. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You understand me? And here in the I.S.U.P.K, we got rules. You understand me? We got rules. We got motherfucking rules. Sloppy. And you better obey the rules in the school. You understand? We got rules for brothers and sisters when they come into the school. You understand? You understand me? What I'm saying is that when a sister comes to the school, or a brother, some brothers come in here, you know, think they fly as hell. Some sisters come in here and think y'all half-ass cute. Y'all stay out of each other's faces, man. And don't think you can do it on Facebook neither. They don't do it in the class, right, Kyle, where everybody can't see you. But on Facebook, you inboxing everybody. Don't do that, man. You end up finding out that she's gonna tell on you. I'm just trying to tell you. She's gonna tell somebody in the school about what you done did, and we're gonna find out, and we're gonna come down on your ass like the mountains that fell on top of you. So we got rules in school. They hit them for a reason, man. You understand me? Every brother sister coming to I.S.U.P.K get a period of time to change their life, man. Get out of their face and leave them the hell alone, man. Worry about changing your life. Go ahead.
Brother sent me something from down Texas. Big up to this brother. He says, man, 18 shootings since January 1st in these schools.
That's
18. I said 8. I must didn't see that. The water, brother.
Listen, I'm gonna say this to you, man. It's supposed to happen. I ain't surprised. It's gonna get a whole lot worse out here, man. I ain't surprised, God. I ain't shook. I ain't surprised. I ain't none of that. I mean, don't faze me. You understand? Listen, you know what surprised me? When I see more and more brothers coming to shoot. I hear about Texas getting me about damn near 1,000 brothers in Texas, ain't it? They got the whole state, right? I think they got the whole state, right? They got all the white devils. I'm trying to tell you, I got that.
Right.
I see New York got 3 or 5 boroughs, man. You understand? I see that. That amazes me. You know what I mean? What's going on in Esau? That's on them. It's supposed to happen to them, man. You understand? Go ahead.
I just want to say, you know what I'm saying? I agree with you, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad it's happening. Me, myself, personally. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see that the Lord is you know what I'm saying? It's always good to see the Lord taking vengeance on our enemies. You know what I mean? I love to see it. But at the same time, it ain't shocking. I'm trying to find the word to explain. It's just, they pushing that Black Panther garbage. They not pushing what's going on in these schools. Like, they trying to keep that under wraps. You understand what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they pushing the Black Panther garbage, all this other stuff on TV. Meanwhile, they trying to tuck in the shadows of what's really going on in America. These shootings in these schools, by who? White people. But they always try to paint a picture of a Black man being such a criminal and such a vile demon on this earth. Meanwhile, it's been 18 shootings since January 1st in predominantly white schools, done by white people, man. And he trying to keep that under wraps. You understand what I'm saying? Meanwhile, pushing this propaganda. You understand? The white man is the devil.
You understand? And that's why I say, y'all, we got to focus on each other, getting ourselves right with the Lord, man. And doing the most I say do. You understand? When we crush this Christian church, that's when we release all the stuff here, man. And the effects, like the brother said, is being felt. which is why Creflo Dollar made that video about the law being done away with. My brother asked me a question about what does it mean when it says sear with a hot iron. Let me tell you what it means. When you take an iron that's very, very hot, right? And say if you got like an emblem, you want to iron on your clothes. You take that very hot iron and you iron it, you sear it on there, and it's implanted in your clothes. You understand? That's what that means. All right? Meaning it took now the things that's against the Most High and seared inside themselves now to make themselves more evil. All right? Keep on reading, brother.
Oh, God.
You know, I'm sorry. Go back to 1 Timothy 4 and 3.
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3. Which the power hath created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth.
Of them which what?
Believe and know the truth.
Hold on, no. Go to where it says commanding to abstain from meats.
Commanding to abstain from meats.
Meaning, tell the brothers he can't eat meat, man. That's them cats who's vegetarian. Let me tell you something. If you a veggie person, cool, rock out. But you can't tell nobody it's a law of the Bible they can't eat no damn meat. You know how easy you're gonna get cut? You know how easy it is to cut a vegan and say, well, you ain't supposed to eat meat, brother. The Bible says so. Are you kidding me? Well, if the Bible says don't eat meat, then why do we eat meat on Passover? That's all I'm saying. Why are those commandments to have lamb if you can't eat meat? All I'm saying. All I'm saying. All right. Go ahead.
Oh, God.
Continue where you left off at.
Abstain from meats, which the power hath created to be received with thanksgiving.
To be received with what?
With thanksgiving.
Go ahead.
Of them which believe and know the truth.
What's the truth, y'all? What's the truth of the Lord? I'm asking a question now. This class, now remember. What is the truth, y'all? I'm asking y'all a question. What is the truth? What is the truth, y'all? Can you see the answer board out? The chat room?
Can you pull
it up? Keep it up for me. I gotta turn my phone up. My phone dead and over there. Keep it up for me so I can see who responded to our questions. All right? Did somebody respond? What is the truth?
It says the laws and the word of the Most High.
With scripture. The scripture they pulling to back that up. Anybody come on with any?
No, they didn't pull the scripture yet.
But they still saying the law of the truth, right?
Law, statutes, and commandments.
All right, give me everybody go to Psalm 119, verse 142. Everybody go to Psalm 119 and 142. Slide them around. I'll pick up for it.
Is it working? Sir?
Well, it's not really. I'm actually losing power. I don't know what's going on. It's going backwards and going forward. I don't know. Don't sweat. I'm gonna take it out, plug it up somewhere.
I'm gonna try a different one.
Yeah, man. So let me know when I get to Psalms 119, verse 142. You got it, Captain Cobb?
Yes, sir.
Read for me, brother.
Psalm chapter 119, verse 42.
142. I'm sorry.
142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
You see that, man? The word of this Bible, the right things from the Most High is everlasting. Don't never quit. Don't never stop. Go ahead, brother.
And thy law is the truth.
By what?
Thy law is the truth.
This law that the Most High gave us, man. Statutes, commandments, that's the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? But another truth, what's the truth? The law of the truth. All right? Now, Marah, go back to 1 Timothy 4 and 4. What you do? You plugging into something else, Marah?
Let
me see that, man, bro. Come on, warrior. Go back to 1 Timothy 4 and 4, brother. Let's get it.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 4. It's like it. Chapter 4, verse 4 at the beginning. For every creature of the Most High is good, and nothing is to be refused.
Every what is good?
Every creature of the Most High is good, and nothing to be refused.
So what does that mean, y'all? You want to have some filthy Christians that use it to say, well, you're going to eat pork, brother. You can eat shrimp, crab, and lobster because it's good. The Lord said it's good. So we can eat it. But that's a lie. Why is it a lie? Hold where y'all at. Everybody go to the book of Genesis, the first chapter. I'm going to go there with you. Meaning, because the Most High made all things on earth, and things are good for their own purpose. You understand? Yeah, things are good. Yeah, of course. But for their own purpose. You know what the shrimp is good for? The shrimp is good for the purpose the Most High made it for. Shrimp, crab, and lobster, it's a purpose for them. You know what they are? To clean the bottom of the ocean. That's their purpose, and it's good. The Lord made it that way. The pork, the pig, what's the purpose of the pig? To clean the earth, eat the trash. And it's good for that purpose, not to be eaten. Everybody go to Genesis, the first chapter, man. So we got to kill these lies they run in the Christian church, man. You know why the movies is able to become made and so popular? The Christian church. You understand? Go to Genesis 1 and 4, Mariah.
In the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 4.
Come on.
And the Most High saw the light, that it was good.
It was what?
That it was good.
See, the Lord made the light, it was good. Why? Go ahead.
And the Most High divided the light from the darkness.
That's the purpose it was good for. You understand me? Some things are good, yeah. Like the light. It divided the light from the darkness, and that was good. Go to verse 10.
And the Most High called the dry earth land. So like called the dry land earth. And the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And the power saw that it was good.
You see that? Something else the Most High made good, God. That separated the earth and the seas. That said it was good. The Lord made things good, but for their own purpose, man. You understand me? It don't mean you eat anything you want to eat. No. Things are made for their own purpose. You understand? Go to verse 18.
And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness, and the Most High saw that it was good.
Go to verse 21.
And the Most High created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the power saw that it was good.
And the Lord saw that it was what, brother?
And the power saw that it was good.
These things the Most High made were good. You understand? These are things he created in the earth, and they were good. But it don't mean you eat anything you want. Everything is good for their own purpose. And that's it. Give me Romans 7 and 12. I'm giving y'all artillery, man. Giving you bullets to shoot holes through the lives of the Christian church. You understand me? We got any comments out in the chat? What's going on?
Nah,
Somebody saying nothing?
No, they typing in, but not really like questions, sir. It's like comments.
Okay, all right, let's go. Romans 7 and 12.
Oh, good. Romans chapter 7, verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy.
Wherefore what?
The law is holy.
Go ahead.
And the commandment holy.
Go ahead.
And just and good.
And just and what, brother?
Good.
No, something else is good too, the law of the Lord, man. That's just, holy, and good. You understand me? Can I go to Leviticus 11, 46 to 47? And let's see about the law of the Lord that he gave us, about what's good, and what's holy and what's just. We just said and read what the scripture said, the law is holy and good, right? And just, right? Let's go to the law. Right, Mariah? Let's go to it.
Oh, God. In the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 46. This is the law of
This is the what?
This is the law.
Now, the book of Romans said the law is good, right? Holy, just, right? It said all of them, right, God? So now let's go. We didn't get what you want to say, Mariah.
Even say everlasting.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to, brother. Go ahead.
So this is the law of the beast.
Go ahead.
And of the fire.
And of the what?
And of the fire.
Go ahead.
and of every living creature that moveth in the water,
Go ahead.
and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth,
Go ahead.
to make a difference between the unclean and the clean.
Make a what, brother?
A difference.
A what, brother?
A difference.
Meaning a separation. If I make a difference, I'm making a separation between the two. A thing that's clean, brother, and things that are unclean. You understand me? That's the separation, baby. Go ahead, finish reading. Take the end of 47, brother.
Between the unclean and the clean.
Between the what?
The unclean and the clean.
Go ahead.
And between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten.
All right, that's I understand that right there now. Go to 1 Timothy 4 and 5.
In the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 5. For it is sanctified by the word of the power.
It is what, brother?
It is sanctified by the word of the power.
When it says sanctified, it means cleansed. The word of the Lord, man. We just saw where it is clean, and what's clean and what's not clean. You understand? Cleanse the word. You understand? Hold that, John 17 and 17.
In the book of John, chapter 17, verse 17.
Go ahead.
Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
You see that? That's how you sanctify. You cleanse it to the word of the Lord, the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth of the Most High. All right? And with the truth, but sanctify what the Bible says about food being clean and unclean. You understand me? That's the law of the Lord. And that still stands to this day. Now, give me Proverbs 28, verse 9.
Oh, God. We got a question online, too, sir.
What is that?
It says, breakdown on Esther 8 and 17. And the scriptures, many of the people of the land became Jews, for the fear of Jews fell upon them.
All right, we'll say that for last. All right, Esther what?
8 and 17.
8 and 17. Also got one from last week when somebody typed in, how do you fight Satan? All right. All right, keep on going.
So I can say, what was the other scripture you had?
Proverbs 28 and 9. You got to read for me, brother.
He that turneth away his ear.
Give me Ezekiel 22 and 26, my right.
Oh, God.
Sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
God. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Even as what?
His prayer shall be an abomination.
You understand? His prayer will be an abomination, man. So if you ain't doing the Lord say do, how you gonna pray the Most High to help you out with this? Like, are you kidding me? If you ain't doing what God say do, how you think he gonna help you out? And this ain't just talking about food, y'all. And everything in the law of the Lord. How? How he gonna help you? You really think he on your side? No, the Most High wants you to fall for the evil shit you're doing. If you don't want to be a brother or sister to another brother or sister, the Lord don't want you to succeed. He wants your ass to fail. If you, let me tell you something we got a problem in Israel with, man. Let me tell you this here. Forgiveness. We all want to be forgiven for what we do wrong, right? But you don't want to forgive your brothers and sisters, man. Read that scripture again, brother.
Whoso, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
You see that? The Lord said you got to forgive your brother and sister, man. Most times, it should be bullshit. But because of what's inside of you, you want to forgive nobody. So now, you ain't hearing the law of the Lord. And if you ain't hearing it, you ain't doing it. So now, if you ain't doing what the Lord say do, you want to forgive your brother and sister, or hell, you don't want to, shit, hell, whatever you're doing is against the law of the Lord, man. Food. Most of the time, the black people, man, be honest, it's that forgiveness. That's what it is with us, be honest. Not wanting to forgive a brother, sister. That's the problem with us, man. That pride we got inside ourselves. And that's our issue. And if you ain't doing it, the Lord said what? If you ain't hearing, when the Lord said, do we begin? Yeah.
Even his prayer shall be abomination.
So when you pray to the Lord, when you need something, you for sure gonna need it. The Lord ain't trying to hear that shit. When things going wrong in your life, know that because of what you didn't do for a brother and sister. Because when something happened, instead of you being forgiving, they said, damn, man, you know what, we all make mistakes, man. I'm sorry, man. Something. But damn, sis, you know, but don't worry about it. It's cool. That's just X, Y, Z. You held on to it. You kept a grudge. So now when you need something, the Lord gonna be inside. And he's gonna say, all right, come on, guys, come on, all that stuff. Hell no! He just told you right there, he ain't hearing nothing you saying. Let's get it right, y'all. Ezekiel 22 and 26. Now, come on.
In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22, verse 26. Her priests have violated my law.
Her what?
Her priests have violated my law.
Who they talking about, God? Christian church. And because of that violation, we can have a Stanley movie called The Pastor, and everybody love everybody now. Go ahead.
And have profaned my holy things.
Go ahead.
They have put no difference between the holy and profane.
You see that, man? That's the Christian church. In a nutshell. That's done. Now, Kat, can I please get Isaiah 65, verse 2 through 4, and Marah, can I get Isaiah 66, verses 15 through 17, please?
Oh, God.
Let me know when you got a word.
2 through 4.
Yes, please.
Isaiah chapter 65, verse 2.
Go ahead.
I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people.
The Lord trying to come to you, man. He wanted to be back down with him. He spread out his hands to us. Go ahead.
Which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts.
I mean, you doing what you want to do. Even the Most High said, listen, if we do this here, I'm going to take you back. But nah, we're going to do it our way. And what we feel, how we think. Go ahead, brother.
A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face.
This is doing right in the Most High's face. Go ahead.
That sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of bricks.
See that? That's you worshiping other gods, man. When I was in the world, and when I joined that old martial arts place I went to, and I burned them incense, I was sacrificing the bricks. That's what I was doing out of ignorance, man. You understand me? And that's how people all day long. Go ahead. Especially them damn Spanish tribe. Oh, Lord, them little candles and everything they be lighting all the time. Put the incense in them, oh, they good for that. Go ahead.
Which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments which eat swine's flesh.
Eat what?
Swine's flesh.
And listen, everybody love eating that damn pork sandwich. You understand me? Love that pork chop sandwich. Pork bacon. You understand? That's what's going on. Is that in the 4? Go ahead, take that in the 4, bro.
And broth of abominable things is in their vessels. That's it.
All right, now, Mariah, give me Isaiah 66, verses 15 and 17.
In the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
See that? He coming with fire in his chariot like a whirlwind, meaning he's coming for particular people on the earth, man. And this ain't talking about when he come get us out of here. Talking about something else. Go ahead.
And with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Go ahead.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Go ahead. You know this is talking about the house shall return the second time. Go ahead.
Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one, and the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
They're trying to hide in that pork, God. Trying to hide in that swine. You understand? Lord coming for you. Go ahead.
Eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
Even them cast out shall eat them damn mice. What's the damn mice they eat? Oh, come on, Kyle, help me out with this. Help me out with this. Yeah, man. Yeah, what they eat down there? Yeah, it's not a mouse, but it's like an insane family. What is it talking about? Squirrel. That's one, but it's something else I'm looking for. I can't think of it.
It ain't the roadkill they be talking about.
No, not that. Did anybody check online? It's something they eat down there, man. That's not family line. It'll come to me. Man, no, they do that shit down south. Like they eat that possum. They eat the coon. They kill a raccoon. It's something about something.
Muskrat.
Yeah, do they eat the muskrat? I don't know if they eat that. That's nasty. Oh, Lord, I'm about to throw it. But they eat some stuff down there, man. You understand? Now give me 1 Corinthians 3 and 16 and 17, Mariah. And Cat, give me Acts 10, verse 1. Y'all gotta know about the law, man. You know what I mean? I heard him bring that video out, man. So Creflo Dollar said the law done away with it. That means you can go ahead and eat that pork. You can eat that shrimp. You can eat that daggone possum, raccoon. You know all that stuff now. But not so according to the Bible and Lord Most High, man. And you gotta know how to break these things down. You officers better remember this, man. You have to understand these things. Let me know when you're there, Mariah.
We're in the book of Shalaki.
1 Corinthians 3, 16 and 17.
Come in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Come. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the power, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you?
What?
If any man defile the temple of the power,
what?
The Most High shall destroy him.
What?
For the temple of the power is holy.
You see that? Meaning you can't defile yourself with these foods, man. And when I say the Most High will destroy you, what did he give you? Diabetes, cancer, liver problems, heart problems. All those things come along with diseases and the food you eat, man. You're destroying yourself. So Lord, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out. Help speed the process. All right? So with that being said, let's drop that, y'all. Let's go. Oh, man. I really want to get this here. You're doing good for it, man. We're going for it. Give me Acts 10 and 1, Kyle. We're going for it. Help that. Acts 10 and 1.
Acts chapter 10, verse 1.
Come on.
There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius.
Called who?
Cornelius.
Let me talk about my man Cornelius, y'all. Now everybody knows that Cornelius was an Israelite, right? Everybody should know and should understand that he was an Israelite. We're going to prove it here, but we're going to prove other things too as well. Go ahead.
A centurion of the band called the Italian band.
Now, a centurion is a soldier. When it says of the band called the Italian band, that is saying the name of his military unit. It didn't say he was Italian. It said of the band called the Italian band. That's like if we have anybody online that used to be in Esau's military, like myself, you was whoever you are, part of whatever unit, your unit's name. You understand me? You wasn't that unit, but you was part of a unit. That's the name of your unit. So it's the other band called the Italian band. The name of his unit was the Italian band. That's it. They say he was Italian. And there are many brothers or many men in the earth who was part of the Roman legions during that time. You understand? You got what's his name? Why am I drawing blank so far? St. Morris and the Black Legions, Septimius Severus, Presentius Niger, Constantine. You got a lot of brothers today that was people of color inside the Roman legions, man. You understand? So, of the band, called the entire band. You want to read, brother?
A devout man.
The what?
Devout.
He was a devout man, meaning he was a man of the Lord, man. Hold that. Mariah, give me Acts 2 and 5.
Oh, God. In the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men.
Dwelling where?
At Jerusalem, Jews, devout men.
Just like Cornelius, a devout man. Go ahead.
Out of every nation under heaven.
Out of what?
Out of every nation under heaven.
Why is that important? Because it's telling you these brothers were from different nations, but they were Israelites, living in these other nations, man. And they were devout brothers, like Cornelius. He wasn't in Israel, you understand? He was down with the entire band of the Roman military, but he still was an Israelite. Go to verse 9.
Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and in Cappadocia and Pontus and Asia.
Now you know where all these countries they come out of, man, but they still were Israelites. You understand me? Devout men. All right? Now with that being said, drop that, go to Acts 10, verse 3, Mariah.
In Acts chapter 10, verse 3. He saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of the power coming into him, and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before the power. And now send men to Joppa.
Oh, stop. See, I knew I should have stayed out this fucking chat room. I knew I should not have been on here. I get on here, get on the chat room, right? I knew I should have done it out. You should have told me, right? Don't go on the chat room, give me a teaching. You should have said it.
Oh God.
You know what I'm going to, right? Who the hell is KK? Listen, let me explain one thing, guys. My class, I teach in this class. You got a question, ask a question. Don't come here trying to teach nobody. That's a fucking fact. I take that shit personal. I don't like it. I think it's very disrespectful to me, to the Most High, first and foremost, to his son Yahweh Christ, second, to the angels, to the priest and prophet, I.S.U.P.K, and the brothers and sisters trying to learn. Take your so-called knowledge somewhere the fuck out. Come on my platform with it. That's why I ain't opening my phone line, Jay. Because I don't do that argument back. I don't do that, man. I don't do it. You want to see me, you see me in the streets, and you can battle that way. You understand? And I'm here to see in your eyes that fear you got moving up the hell you talking about when I touch you. So KK, brother, get off my platform. If you here to learn, learn. But don't be on here trying to teach what the hell KK is. That's a fact. Piss me the hell off, man. I'm trying to stop cussing, guy. I'm trying to be a right brother, not cuss all the goddamn time. Motherfuckers. Stop it. I'm trying to, God. Just be the man. All right, you gotta get back to the gym, man. You gotta get back to the gym. This is not. I'm stressing me the hell out. You see what he wrote down there? You see why I'm tripping?
I think I'm reading it now.
Yeah, I think you might be. What did he say?
But I think he said, thank you for helping me break the chain. That's the part I saw. Yeah.
No, I ain't what I saw. But the first thing I see, as soon as I open the thing, I'm saying I scroll down. First thing I open up and see is some. Yeah, I'm gonna show God right now. I was on a roll with you, teaching the law, going up to 10 Canadians, and see if took it down. I ain't did that. Okay. No, not KK. I'm sorry, KK. Charles Martel. Not you. I apologize, KK, not you. Forgive me, Hebrew. Salaki, forgive me. Charles Martel. Read what this cat said, man. You just read it, bro. I'm gonna keep on teaching. Bro, let's go back to the scriptures, man. Before I lose my damn mind in here, man.
Come on.
All right, go on. Let's go to Acts 10. We leave off that, brother.
At the end of 4.
Go ahead and the 5.
And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter. He lodged with Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the sea, whose house is by the seaside. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do.
Go ahead.
And when the angel spake unto Cornelius, and when the angel spake unto Cornelius,
what verse read, brother?
Verse 7.
All right, drop down to verse 9, y'all. Acts 10 and 9.
Acts chapter 10, verse 9. On the morrow, as they went on their journey,
meaning Cornelius had a vision. He was told to send men to go get Peter. You understand? Go ahead.
On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance.
Slocky, KK, I apologize when you trying to learn. It wasn't towards you. I apologize. I'm sorry. If you're a brother, I'm sorry. Brother, you sister, I'm sorry, sis. Forgive me, Hebrew, all right? I listen, I go from 0 to 100 in this truth. I don't play no games, man. You understand? We dying out here. I ain't got time for my everyday bull crap out here. It's not you. I'm sorry, Slocky. But this cat, what's this cat name? Charles Martel. You understand? This cat here. All scholars agree that Jackson is the white race. Fact. You gotta be fat. You don't fuck what a scholar say. I don't give a fuck what the white scholar say. You know where you at, man? Go come in here with what the white scholar say. Man, listen, man. Here you go, brother. I'm losing my phone. I need to focus on this here. I'm losing my damn mind. You can come in with what a white scholar say. Are you kidding me?
White scholars will say that they did.
Of course, they want to know who the real Esau is. Are you kidding me? Don't know history reflect that Jackson is Esau. Don't know breaking the Bible reflect that Jackson is Esau. You understand? More the white race. Come on, man. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. What verse you at, brother? Come on.
God, sir. I was at the end of 9.
Come on, let's go to the end of 10.
I mean, it's like I was at the end of 10.
All right, read 10 again, brother.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten. But while they made ready, he fell into a trance.
Now, this Peter fasted and fell into a trance. Ain't they ain't fast, he had been praying. He fell into a trance on the roof. Now go to verse 10. Verse 11 to 13.
And saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the 4 corners.
Go ahead.
And let down to the earth.
Go ahead.
Wherein were all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth.
Go ahead.
And wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air.
Go ahead.
And there came a voice unto Peter. And there came a voice to him. Rise, Peter, eat. Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Go ahead.
But Peter said, no, not so, Lord. For I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Who taught Peter, y'all? Peter was whose disciple? Christ. This after Christ was gone. He had the vision and said what? He said, I have never eaten anything unclean. You understand me? Common or unclean, meaning he ain't never defiled himself with no unclean animal. Eating one. Letting you know that this ain't saying now you can go ahead and eat this filth and abomination coming down. You understand? For time's sake, this is what happened to him 3 times. This happened 3 times. And the 3rd time, why is it happening? Yeah, this is telling you that the law not done way. I'm going to prove it to you. This is what it's talking about, right? Now, go to verse 28, everybody. I got to jump ahead to the time's sake. Go to verse 28.
Acts chapter 10, verse 28. And he said unto them, ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
Mm-hmm.
But the power hath showed me that I should not call any man.
Any what?
Any man.
Any what?
Any man.
Why? Because remember, Cornelius sent men to go get Peter to come talk to him. Cornelius would have been considered what? An unclean man. Even though he was an Israelite, he wasn't in the land at the time. And because he was not in the land of Israel, he was considered not no Israelite. You wasn't no Jew. You was unclean for being outside of the land. But Christ came to get a brother to shout back to the Father. You understand me? That's the point. And that's why Peter went to him. And that's why he said in verse 20, you read it again? Give me Ezekiel 37, 21, and 23, bro. Give me cat.
Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come into one of another nation. But the power have showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
You see that? Any man common or unclean, man. You understand? Now, read Ezekiel 37, 21, 23.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 21.
Why is that important, y'all? And this is the reason why I'm about to read it to you in the scriptures. Go ahead.
And say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. And one king shall be a king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations.
They shall be what?
No more two nations.
Meaning we're not going to be separate. The history of Israel was that after Solomon, the nation split in half. Kingdom of Judah, Kingdom of Israel. You understand me? We will no longer be two kingdoms, man. No longer be two nations. We're not going to be one nation. And if you're going to be one nation, the brothers and sisters who part of the nations you scattered, and come back to the fold now. That's why you can't call it common or unclean. Go ahead, brother.
And one king shall be king to them all.
That's Christ. Go ahead.
And they shall be no more two nations.
Mm-hmm.
Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
See that, man? We're going to be one again, man. That's how when I can't come back to Howard Mashiach. Listen, y'all, it's 12 o'clock, y'all. We got to get up out of here. But next week, y'all, I know there's going to be more stories, but we're going to finish this last part of the law. One of the New Testament, Romans, Galatians, Isaiah, Galatians, Acts, James, Romans, all through there to break down this misunderstanding of what they think how the law is done away with. But I had to give you the first two first to show you that Christ said the law not done away with. You know what I mean? He ain't come to do away with it, but fulfill the prophecies that was said of him, the things that was told of him. You understand me? I had to give you that. Then I had to come back and give you again some part of the food law, but that food also goes into other things too as well, like in Acts 10 that we just went through. All right? Next week will be the last part. All right, so then after that, you better do some studying. Because you're going to run up to a Christian that will say it to you. And if you're an officer, you better know how to use your sword the right way and cut him a piss for what he's trying to say. You understand me? Listen, y'all, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the grill, the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Check it out, y'all. Get down with the grill. After our show, up in Syracuse, my main man, Captain Zanaya, with, what's it called? Home of the Truth? What's the show? The Hidden Truth. I'm sorry. Slocky, brother. The Hidden Truth. All right? Listen, y'all. Check out all the other radio shows we got, man. You understand? Minnesota, New York City, Texas. You understand? Go on our website, www.I.S.U.P.K.com. You get all the information for our different radio broadcasts we got and our classes, y'all. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me say this to you. All right? I don't want to act like a fool. I don't want to, say the wrong thing here from brothers and sisters, but I'm going to say this. One, once again, Brother KK, I apologize. He asked what the I.S.U.P.K. stands for. It stands for the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You understand? That's what it stands for. That's our school. That's where the truth started. It's the truth going in. You understand me? All right. With that being said, y'all, understand this. Focus, study so shall approve, and make sure, man, make sure it is. Mariah, give me Ephesians 4:22 real quick.
The book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22.
Go ahead.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
That's what we got to do, y'all. You understand? To fight these forces out here, these demons that fuck with you in your mind. Person asked me, how do you fight Satan, right? That's the question we got. Other question on Esther, I'll get you next week. I apologize. But this one here, how you fight Satan? Read it again.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
That's how you fight Satan, man. Get rid of your old man and become somebody brand new. Keep on reading.
Which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
That old man is corrupt. Your thoughts, your ways. People say, well, that's just how I am. Well, I'm always like that. Always think like that there. The Bible says that is what, Mariah?
Deceitful lust.
You understand me? It's corrupt and deceitful lust, man. Keep on reading.
And be renewed in the
Be what?
spirit, and be renewed.
Be cleansed, man. Renewed means to be cleansed. You push that old man out of your system, man. You understand me? For you young brothers and sisters coming in here, this is what you do. Learn how to become somebody different. In time, if you're a young brother, you get a Hebrew name, become a trooper, Lord's will. You sisters, you learn how to build up design, and you get a Hebrew name. Once you get that Hebrew name, you continue to fight that old man and get rid of him layer by layer by layer by layer by filthy layer. Become somebody new. That's our job. Keep on reading.
In the spirit of your mind.
In the spirit of your mind. Meaning inside the head, man. And that spirit is the law of the Lord, the spirit of the Most High. That zeal you got for this truth, man. The reason why I can go from 0 to 100 in this truth is because I love this truth. I got a zeal for it, man. Play no games. I mean, I love it. I love it with everything inside of me. That's right. You have no idea. I cut off everything for this truth. I give a damn about nothing when it comes to this truth. I done done it. Now, that being said, next week, y'all, join us again. Let the Hebrews speak. We get into some more of this law. You understand? Until then, y'all stay strong. Any questions or comments, check out our classes or call for counsel. Remember, y'all ain't fighting this fight by yourselves. You have brothers and you have sisters who can help you out in this fight, man. You understand me? The issue is you gotta keep fighting. You never stop fighting in the head, man. Life is warfare. Don't never forget it. Shalom, Israel. Let me hear my song, I roll to the king, baby.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, visions in my mouth. They don't want no occupation. Situation don't be critical. Expect it to be easy. The end don't be critical. Look, no like hurt. It's something like a miracle. Loyalty in my veins, loyalty in my veins. Ain't back in the first. Plus the beings in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. Night never lose war. Shit I blaze in the sea. Got ready for the dog. Just gotta watch my feet. Now they're walking with them things. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. This lady free. Criticizing on my teeth. Won't make me weak. Now they won't make me sack off. These niggas getting back so better with some back off. I be doing shit like that. Go.
Damn, I missed the question, brother. Christopher Bailey, man, we gotta get this question real quick. Give me the scripture of dust man fall 7 times. And give me one in Hebrews, Mariah. Hebrews. I'm sorry, y'all. Bailey, if you don't hear Christopher Bailey, I'm sorry, I missed the question, brother. Hebrews. Hold on. Hebrews. Hold on. All right, Mariah, give me Hebrews 10 and 26. All right. Matter of fact, no, drop Hebrews. Just give me what you got, Mariah. I mean, righteous man fall 7 times. Get back up. The one in Proverbs. I think it's the one in Proverbs. Read that for him out.
For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again.
You see that, Brother Bailey, meaning this, man. Sometimes you're going to make a mistake in the truth, huh? You understand? We fighting to be right, fighting to be perfect, man. And you may make a mistake, but it don't mean you're completely out the game. You know what to do? Get back up. You repent for what you did. You don't do it no more, and keep on moving. That's why you got brothers, man. That's why this brotherhood is so important. And that's why I flipped out on that cat Charles, whatever the hell his name is. Like, we ain't got time for no games, man. We brothers and sisters in here fighting to change our lives and live the way the Lord said live. And some fool can come in with his garbage and what he said about what a scholar said. A white scholar at that. You kidding me, man?
White homosexual scholar, eat pork, shrimp.
There you go. Go ahead, Mariah.
It's like it's Malaka that asked the question. This guy.
And that was Malaka? He put to the belly? Most High Christ. Our days go work, but you got it now, brother. You understand? No, you know you can always call us, man. You can always call us, man. We brothers. The Bible said, the iron gonna sharpen iron, man. That's just an I.S.U.P.K, brother. Always, forever. Let's go. Let's get it.
Behind the say I'm comfortable, no room for emotion. So I pour my heart out. This smoke hard, but I ain't seen the state. And if it ain't U.P.K, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down with something. Flow so deep, they drown a motherfucker. He said he in the true boy, yeah, no, this the home. And I don't hate them, brother. I'm just too low to my home. That's what they believe, hard for me to follow. No right me, no head. 90 inspired, this is the sleep and hollow. So when they ask some U.P.K, tell them absolutely.
Hey, listen to the song. How we doing?
Sorry, damn song, right?
Huh?
Sorry, damn song. I'll go back to it. So.
Wrong, I want to hear the song too. That's my song, there, brother. Yep. My song. Warrior with the hands. That's what I'm all about.
Warrior with the hands. That's what I'm all about. Bumps in my eyes, visions in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situations don't be critical. It's best to be easy. The end don't be critical. Look, like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my veins. Exactly like first. Plus the beings in my heart. It's true in every word. Bring light into the dark. And I ain't never lose form. Shit, I praise you to see. Got plenty food for dogs. Just gotta watch my feet. Now they're walking with the names. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas made it free. Criticizing all my achievements. Won't make it weak. Nah, it won't make me stack off. These niggas made it back so better when it's a back off. I be doing shit like that, though. Dumb dogs all popped out. Behind the say I'm comfortable. No room for emotion. So I pull my heart out. This whole hard, but I ain't seen the state. And if it ain't U.P.K, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down with something. Flow so deep, they drown a motherfucker. He said he in the Super Bowl, yeah, no, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my home. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No right me, no head. 90 years inspired, the street and hollow. So when they ask some U.P.K, tell them absolutely. And I ain't sure I'm for nothing, gotta execute it. Cause I can never die on my tail, tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters up in their bed. They so sharp, and a lot of shit so beautiful. But they ain't like other babies, and they bad far from beautiful. Now I'm missing because I'm about my father's business. They don't know the shit I used to do when they died in 8 stand up and see without wisdom, this world make me weak. I found out that the truth was spilling. The lies are sweet, tried everything. I guess me, I'm on the head to me. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak, and teach both my little girls the day and day. Lie with a man, they better bring the bloody bed sheets. They all spent the time. This blood mess my headpiece, and I ain't trying to take them out, but I will to spin this house or take a check. 144 in this black church on some big man shit. She called it 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the thing. And spot telling my Lord to the king. To the righteous prayer. Come on to the prayer. Walk and straight out of the front. Come on to the prayer. The devil say, hey, the bitch